Life is precious, and we all have the opportunity of living it to the fullest. Unfortunately, so few of us know how to manage it all. How do we account for our opportunities? How do we account for our time? How do we account for our relationships, health, spirituality, homes, finances, influence, and careers? How do we account for the one life we have to live? I am so glad you asked. In this program, you will find answers to all of these questions and more. Welcome to the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore.
What's happening, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of the Account for Life podcast. Today, is it possible to guarantee success in life, in business, in marriage, in anything? Like, is that even possible? Man, today we're going to look at the possibility or the impossibility of success guarantees. And, I was thinking about this. And before we jump into this, look, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go over there, click the notification icon, click the bell so you can be notified. All those good stuff. Subscribe, and we appreciate you. So yesterday we were talking about, I think I talked about how I failed in business. And today we're just going to talk about guarantees, because when you're in business or anything, everyone wants a guarantee. Everyone wants to know that if I do this, then we'll be successful. I heard somebody talking about this and really breaking this down recently. And I can't remember who it was, but they were given an understanding of school and how basically school doesn't really guarantee you anything, and yet we still go and we spend a lot of money. What schools do is they kind of give you a feeling that you might. Schools give you a feeling that colleges give you the feeling that you might. Or say, for instance, if it's a prestigious college or prestigious university, Princeton, Yale, Harvard, all those good ones, or Georgetown, what they give you is, hey, we can, because of our name, then something good could potentially happen for you. And so when we're thinking about the possibility of success, a lot of times we want to associate ourselves, write that down, right? We want to associate ourselves with things, people, situations that are already successful so that we can become successful. Let's think about it. If you go to the store, if you go to Target, Walmart, Coach store, Nike, whoever, you go in there, they've got the thing that you want. And typically what happens, everyone's looking on the wall. Okay, when can I bring this back? Can I bring this back within 10 days, 15 days, 30 days and get my money back? Look, because I want to make sure that I can come back if something happens. Is it possible to guarantee success? Well, in that regard, then it's like, hey, I will allow you. Think about this. Those stores say that they will allow you to take the merchandise home, and if you don't want it within 30 days, you can bring it back and get your money back, barring it's still new. Now, some stores have even I think it was Nordstrom's or somebody like that has a really good policy where you can bring it back within a year, and you can exchange it out or something like that. So the possibility of guaranteed success a lot of times it just depends. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is not just about business or life or anything particular. It's because, when it comes to success, there's only one way to guarantee your success in everything. And before I tell you what that one way is, I want you to think. I want you to consider. And what are you going to think and consider? I want you to consider everything that you'd like to accomplish in your life. I want you to think about everything you'd like to accomplish with your business. And I want you to now start thinking about this thing called success. And what are the guarantees? What kind of guarantees are we going to have when it comes to being successful at any of those things? Did you know there's a way to guarantee your success, right? Even if you never read the Bible. My son is, you probably can hear that. My son is making a smoothie in the kitchen. It's pretty loud. Um, is there a way to guarantee your success without ever reading the Bible? And there is. Now, here's the thing. It's called principles. Have you heard of principles before? Not the principles like the people, but principles with the LE at the end. Principle, right? Principles are what? They are standards. Principles are standards. Principles are these standards that work when applied. That's what a principle is. So if someone was looking to guarantee their success in marriage, then what principle should they use? All right. Here's the principle I would use if I was going to guarantee my success in marriage. I would care more about the person that I'm married to than myself. I'm going to say it again. I would care more about the person that I'm married to than myself. What does that mean? I would care more about how they feel, how they feel, meaning I would give more. I would put more in. I would give myself 100% to my spouse, taking care of her, but not ever worrying about what I'm going to get out of it. Why? Because here's the thing. A lot of times, or at least when I got married, hopefully you didn't do this. I thought it was 50-50. I was like, oh, this is 50-50 deal. Like, she put in 50, I put in 50. It was like everything. Money 50-50, time 50-50. Everything was 50-50. And when I went over 50, then we're upset. But it's 100%, right? So there's a principle when it comes. Now, there's a huge principle. Look, if you're gonna be married, you kind of have to die. What? Yeah, you can't be yourself. You can't be the same person anymore because you have to die so that you can become one with another person. And the only way, now this one you can't go without the principle of bringing God into your marriage. I just got to be honest. There's no way. Like most people, there's not many relationships that I've ever heard of that lasted or went through a lot of tests and trials without God being involved. Not many. I don't know. There's so many divorces today. And so when you think about that principle of one, I have to die, the person that I am, and a lot of people have a problem with this. A lot of people have a problem with, I can't have my independence. I can't be myself. No, no, you can't. Right? You have to be one with the Father first, not one with your spouse. Be one with the Father first. When you're one with the Father, and then that other person is one with the Father, then all of a sudden becoming one was just, we're all together. There's three in one. We're all together. That's a marriage. Now, we can apply principles all over. And so let's think about a principle. We're going to just think about business. I want to talk about business because I think business, there's a number of people. I've been working at business for 20 years. So if you're like me working at business for 20 years, then hey, let's listen because I'm listening too. So when it comes to business, and I mentioned this yesterday, it was like, what questions am I answering for my potential customer? One of the things that I learned and applying now is that when it comes to your business and where you start, you ever think about where you start? And a lot of times, I'm an accountant, right? So a lot of people would think, I should go set up an LLC. You should not go set up an LLC. You don't have to go open a new bank account. You don't have to do anything yet. What you have to do is you actually have to come up with it. You have to have an idea that, and I love the way Steve Jobs put it. He says, well, as long as you know what the customer wants, then you don't actually have to go and ask the customer what they want. You just know what they want, but then you can give them you can even give them something different, but that something different technically will be better than the thing that they wanted. Henry Ford said that if I went to my customer to ask them what they wanted, they would have said, hey, give me a faster horse. But Henry said, I didn't go to them because I knew they wanted a car. I knew that if they got a car, if the car was created, that they would actually drive it because they would no longer need a horse anymore. They would go faster. They'd be able to do more things. They would save time. So one of the things we got to learn, one of the things we have to learn is we learn, okay, I know what the customer wants, but now I'm going to go beyond what they want and give them something that's better than what they want. And that's what Steve Jobs did. And that's what he did when he innovated and brought together this iPhone, his iPads, the iTunes, everything That's just how he did it. So in business, once you do that, now here's the thing. One of the other things that, a lot of people struggle with, look, if you're like me, you struggle with creating content. Creating content. And this is something that I'm now working on specifically. Creating content is where you answer the questions. You just do bite size. You answer a question. Maybe you got 100 different questions that you can answer for your potential customers. All right. What does this have to do with guaranteeing your success? Here's what it has to do with it. Everything. And lastly, if you want to guarantee your success and you say, I want to avoid all those things first so that I don't wind up having to come back and fix things and try and figure things out later. Here's what I would do. I would discover, I would be working towards why I was created in life. See, success in life is not having a successful business. Success in life is not having a successful marriage. Success in life is not, finishing school or getting a certification. Success in life is not raising good kids. No, that's not success. What is success? Success in life is becoming the person that God created. Becoming the person that God created you to be. And when God has created you to be something, someone, and you do it, that's a successful life. So is it possible to guarantee your success? It's possible to guarantee your success when you are going towards the reason why you were created. So when you can discover why you were created in this life, and you discover it, and you become it, and you live it, and you do all the stuff associated with it, you and I will have a successful life. That's how I would guarantee success. But here's the thing. There's a lot of ways to do it. I already talked about the answering the questions. I talked about, finding a way to provide more for people. I've already talked about, hey, if you're married, then that means that it's not about just giving 100% in the marriage. It's about, giving yourself to God, your spouse giving themselves to God, and then two people coming together and becoming one. There's many ways, but the number one way, if you're going to be success, if we're going to guarantee it, discover the reason why you were created and live that out. And if you do that, that's right. We can guarantee your success and my success. So guys, if you got value from this, make sure you like, share, comment, and let some people know about this podcast. Also, if you have not subscribed to our channel on YouTube, it's the Healthy Accountant. Subscribe there. Follow us on Instagram at The Healthy Accountant. Guys, I appreciate you. Love you. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Peace.
Thanks for joining us, listening friends. We are so glad you invested this time with us. Always remember, you only have one life to live, so live it to the fullest. This has been the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore. Until next time, make it a great day.